बहनों, मेरे प्यारी देशवासियों, आज से भारत में एक नया टैक्स आया है, वो है जीएसटी। एक नेशन, एक टैक्स, एक मार्केट। What is GST? Thank you. If you ask anybody what is GST, they'll tell good night, sweet dreams, take care. It's your CS best, you told her. So let's start off with our technical session. I'll brief you what the program structure will be. So it's the session 1, the basics of GST audit and issues. It will be taken handover by CA Mailar sir. And session 2 is understanding and finding of GSTR 9, GSTR annual return on portal by CA Ashwant sir. And session 3 is understanding and finding of GSTR 9C, GST annual audit on portal. And the last session 4 will be GST new returns. So the first session. So I'll ask you a question. So before constructing the home, what we will do? Yes, we will lay the basics. So the basics are important to stand at the house. So we welcome CA BS Mailar sir. He is a partner in Nagesh and Mailar Chartered Accountants, qualified in the year 2009, the fellow member of Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. He has over 10 years of professional experience in the field of indirect taxation, regular faculty for certification course on GST conducted by ICAI and other private institutions, written articles in various professional journals. One of the GST faculty identified by Indirect Tax Committee of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is also involved in drafting technical guide on annual return and GST audit published by ICAI. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome CA.
Good morning. Let me start batting. 2020. I should have started by 10. Now it is 10? 45. So 45 overs lost. Right? Have to be very fast. Each ball 6. Can you catch? Are you ready to catch? Okay. Okay. How many of you already done GST audit? How many of you done already GST audit? Full? 17-18 audit? Done? Good. Full audit? Are part of it? Full? Okay. When the article comes, I'll ask, have you done the audit? He said full. Answer, ella madine. Full. Ella. 180 days credit staging. Oh, adonde sir miss ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೊಂದೇ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ initial fixed asset. Oh. ಎರಡೇ ಸರ್. ಅದೇನು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? So last time September, I was reviewing one statutory audit report. I opened, not last year, before that. I opened the audit report. I saw year 2018. I thought I opened old file. I closed it. Then I said, no sir, that's correct file sir. That's sir, I opened it. Year was 2018. Sir, year on this change madilla. Then I saw. Auditor ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಅದೊಂದು. It is government company, only year change was required. That company no entries, only audit fees. That company is only there for paying audit fees. Government company no business, only one entry. What entry? Audit fees. What was the work? To change year. Audit is not done, only one thing. Year change. So only 1 year not changed. Rest everything is done. Alright? Okay. Now, it should be interactive session. Right? So, morning sir was congratulating for joining CA. Somebody that fellow. You're already in the water, you have to swim and come out. There is no other option. Alright? So I'll be asking more questions. Those who have answered most, they will get one movie voucher. Not lying. Those who answered, they will get one movie voucher, 300 rupees. Okay? Deal done? Two, two. So you can go with girlfriend. Two. Sanction. Okay? Fine. So those who are answering more, those who are fully interactive will get more voucher. So couples, you decide those who are two most interactive, they can go together. Okay? If you have pre-alliance, you can plan. Sarva was saying in the morning, Sikasa, if you come and mingle, you will get direct tax, indirect tax, and also life partner. So you can get all kind of partners. Right? Next, come out of movie mode. We'll go to good and simple tax movie. Good and simple tax. First, what do you mean by GST audit? Is it an audit or certification of reconciliation statement? Certification of reconciliation statement. Perfect. So it is not an audit. But all chartered accountants say it is a audit. Why? Otherwise, how to bill, sir? Only reconciliation statement on site market and the fees padtara. So it is GST audit. Clear? Fine. So if you see the basic provision, 35(5). What are the requirements? Every registered person whose turnover during the financial year exceeds prescribed turnover limit. How much is that? 2 crore. If it is exceeds, you need to get his accounts audited by chartered accountant or cost accountant. What do you mean by audit of an accounts? Is it a GST audit? No. What is the audit of financial statements and not GST audit? Don't get confused. First, if your turnover exceeds, first requirement is you have to get your accounts audited. Once your accounts get audited, then you need to draw a reconciliation statement in GST and 9C, reconciling turnover as per your audited financial statement with GST annual return, that is GSTR 9. Okay? Once you find your GSTR 1, 3B, then you will summarize in GSTR 9. Once your 9 is filed, your GSTR 1 and 3B is no use. Once you find GSTR 9, then the auditor's job is to reconcile with your GSTR 9 with financial statement. Okay? So, section continues. A copy of audited annual accounts, reconciliation statement, that is GSTR 9C, and such other document, such other form, in such other manner as may be prescribed as on today. Sadhya, fix notify. Okay? Apart from this, you have to attach balance sheet, audited financial statements and GSTR 9C reconciliation statement. If you see rules, 80 sub rule 3, every registered person whose aggregate turnover during the financial year exceeds 2 crore. So what should exceed? Aggregate turnover. Under GST there are many types of turnover, right? Aggregate turnover, turnover in state, exempted supplies, there are many turnover, there are many terms which is clearly defined. So one of the confusing is exempt supply. So what do you mean by exempt supply? There is different set of definition for reversal of input credit under Rule 42 and 43, and there is a different set of definition for aggregate turnover. We have a chart. We'll see what is the definition of exempt turnover for the purpose of section 22 and Rule 42 and 43. Clear? Now, what do you mean by aggregate turnover? What does aggregate turnover includes? 1. Taxable supply, exempt supplies, and export of goods, interstate supply. Okay, computed all India basis, right? Okay. Simple, right? Aggregate turnover. Clear? Clear? Okay. Now question starts. Pani told me to ask many questions. You can. There is sponsor for movie voucher. Okay. Yesterday I was speaking with Murali Nagaraj. He is the faculty here, and I was asking. So I have done many classes for chart accounts, but very less for a student. How to make them attentive? He told me, if you say for office nobody listen, you tell them this is the definite question for your exam. Okay? So this is definite question for your exam. Concentrate. Right? First, we'll go with the simple. Applicability of 35.5 is when GST audit is applicable. Okay? We have two branches. Branch 1, branch 2. Branch 1, Karnataka, 100 lakhs turnover. Branch 2, Tamil Nadu, 5 lakhs turnover. 9C is applicable? No. 9 is applicable? Yes. For 17, 18, 18, 19, below 2 crore they are given exemption. For 2 years, not applicable. Later it is applicable. So whether it is applicable here? Yes or no? No. Very good. Next, Karnataka, 199 lakhs. Assam, 2 lakhs. 9 is applicable or not? Applicable. Applicable? Yes. Where? Both. Enter company. How many 9 is? 2? Where? One in Karnataka, another in Assam. Okay. Next, Karnataka, 210 lakhs. Kerala, 1 rupee. 31st only they have taken registration, bad luck. They said one lollipop for 1 rupee. Okay. Now, whether lollipop is how much is the audit fees? Whether audit is applicable for Kerala state? Yes. 9C to be filed? Yes. So difficult question for auditor to charge audit fees. How much to charge? A composite supply, aggregate I charge. Sir, I will not charge separately for Kerala. For 2 states, 1 figure. Right? Okay. 2 GST 9Cs. 1 for Karnataka and another for Kerala. Okay. Now, next. Karnataka there is 110 lakhs turnover plus 50 lakh worth goods sent to Tamil Nadu branch from Karnataka branch, and Tamil Nadu branch there is a turnover of 50 lakhs. How many 9Cs? 2. How much is aggregate turnover? How much is the aggregate turnover? 210? Okay. Anyone 160? 160. 160. 160. I bidding start. How many 160s? Okay. Okay. So here one concept capture. If you are transacting between 2 GSTN, it is the supply. Under GST, 2 distinct persons, 2 Tamil Nadu. For the purpose of GST, they both are distinct person. Each branch is a different. If I supply goods from this branch to Tamil Nadu, I should charge GST and it is a taxable supply. So aggregate turnover includes taxable supply, exempt supply, exports, interstate, everything. So here the doubt is 50 lakhs which is transferred from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu branch. It is not sold to outsiders. It is transferred to other branch. Whether that will form part of your aggregate turnover? Answer is yes. So it is a distinct person. So total aggregate turnover is 210. So it is applicable. How many GST? How many lines is? 2 lines is. Perfect. Okay, Karnataka exclusively dealing with exempted goods, 250 lakhs and registration not taken. So section 23 gives an option. If you are dealing with exclusively with exempted goods, you need not take a registration. Karnataka is dealing exclusively with the exempted goods, they are not taken a registration, and Tamil Nadu has a taxable supply of 5 lakhs. How much is the aggregate turnover? How many lines is? Fast, movie ticket. Answer.
Both state not required.
Huh?
Both state not required.
Both state not required for then 190. Who is saying 1? Okay, 0. How many zeros? Good. Okay, how many 1? How many 2? Rest of ayo yavan ittan sir kaiye ade category na no need to take ayo nam principal nodkantar na yaak tala kediskonde
No need to take registration. Only Tamil Nadu state supplying 5 lakhs.
they have taken registration.
So then no fee is required.
Okay. So we will read the act verbatim. Will come and see Karnataka. Whether they have taken registration? No. See, if they have not taken registration, there is no question of 9C, GST or 3B. So only registered person can file 9 and 9C. If they have not taken a registration, there is no question of filing 9 and 9C. Okay, Karnataka out. Now come to Tamil Nadu. Okay, Tamil Nadu take a registration. Yes. How much is the aggregate turnover of Tamil Nadu branch? From where you are getting 5 lakhs? What do you mean by aggregate turnover? Pan India. How much is the aggregate turnover? Huh? 255. So required? Tamil Nadu required? How many? 1. So Tamil Nadu branch should get his GST 9C certified. Perfect? Okay. Karnataka total sales is 90 lakhs plus 50 lakh transferred to Mysore branch. Mysore is in Karnataka. Okay. So Bangalore branch 90 lakhs turnover transferred to Mysore 50 lakhs. Okay. Then Mysore branch there is a turnover of 90 lakhs to outsiders. How much is the aggregate turnover? How much is the aggregate turnover? 230 or 180? 180? How many of you say 230? Okay. 230. 230 is right, provided both have taken different registrations. Okay? You are right if both are taken different registration. It is like your CA final exam. They will use only this. You have to assume. Provided if they taken 2 registration, it is 230 and applicable. If they are not taken registration, then it is aggregate turnover is only 180 and both not required. Right? Yes, sir.
Sir, normally if it is in the same state, what are the reasons for what they take two registrations?
Why they take two registrations? Okay, simple is they can add additional place of business, they need not take two registrations. Why they will take two registrations? Because of big MNCs, they have a dedicated person for doing one branch operation, and if it is to combine and upload, nobody will take responsibility of mistakes. So what they will do, they will take two different registrations. So both are different. So when there is a, you have to merge two entities and file, it creates a lot of difficulty, practical difficulty for a companies to handle it in case of MNCs. So they are given an option, if you want you can take multiple registration. Clear? Okay. Now branches over, now there is a two nature of income. Okay? Nature 1, nature 2. First, rent from residential building 150 lakhs. Okay? Sale of government 60 lakhs. 9C required or not required? Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Not getting response. Boring? Shall we skip? No? Then you have to respond. Whether it is right or wrong, it's fine. No negative marking. They are planning, I have decided no negative marking. Okay, you can give right, wrong answers, no issues. Now rent from residential building 150 lakhs, sale of garment 60 lakhs fast. Required or not required? Required? Why it is required? Residential building, it is exempt, but aggregate turnover includes even exempt income. So aggregate turnover is 210 and GST audit is required. Sale of petrol 190, googly, Ushar. Sale of, this ball is googly. Sale of petrol 190 lakhs, engine oil 20 lakhs. If you take any audit of petrol bunch, this is the typical situation where there is a sale of petrol, diesel, more 190, but engine oil there will be limited supply 20 lakhs. Required, not required? Required? How many said required? How many says not required? Okay. Anyone want to give with reason? Mike? Anyone want to give with reason? Yes.
Petrol is not GST. Petrol not under GST.
Anyone has to stand up and answer. They will qualify for movie ticket.
It's a non-GST item.
Reason?
Petrol is a non-GST item, so it is 190 lakhs is
Out.
Only
Perfect.
20 lakhs is not.
Okay. No, 9C not required.
No.
Sale of petrol is the non-GST item.
Okay, next. Somebody's. Yes, sir. Madam, sorry. Yeah.
Sir, petroleum is not in the ambit of GST.
So not required. Anyone give contrary to this? None of them, okay. So total aggregate turnover is 210. Movie voucher, no, cancel. GST audit required. Nange adu voucher. Clear? Why? Next slide. Why? Next slide, I'll explain you. But GST audit required. Salary received 180 lakhs. Salary received 180 lakhs. Sale of stationery 30 lakhs. Required or not required? After office hours, instead of doing OT, at least have small petty shop in front of my house. Sale of stationeries 20 lakhs. Not required? Why? Why is salary not required? Why salary is not part of aggregate turnover? See, if you give answer required, not required, It is covered under Schedule 3. That should write in your answer paper. Otherwise, no. Minus or yes, so talelide yes anta bardare marks sigala. So you have to write with reason. Next, sale of land 190. Construction service 30 lakhs. Required, not required?
Not required.
Why? Required, not required? Not required? How many? Anyone says required? Anyone says not required? Rest? Don't? Okay, who don't know? Who don't know andre gottilla. Who idu andre gottilla. Idu andre gottilla. Who is the laziest person here? Oh, ellaru yaar kai ettaru atare lazy. Huh? So it is a deemed answer. Nanu anta helbeku antilla. Anta sunne endukonಡ್ರೆ that is right? Okay. Sale of land covered under Schedule 3. Neither supply of goods nor supply of service. So you need not include hence it is not required. Next, very important. Sales 180, GST collected 30. Not required. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ voice ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. So not required. Why? Aggregate turnover includes all other taxes but not CGST, SGST, IGST, cess. Right?
Yes.
So, yeah, super. Okay. Sale 180 lakhs with GST. Inward RCM 90.
Not required.
30 lakhs. Not required? Okay. Aggregate turnover includes outward supply excluding inward supply RCM. Super. Next. Oh, this is for last year. Okay, we'll see. April 17 to June 17, 90 lakhs. After June, that is July to March 2018, 180 lakhs. Required? Not required. Earlier, we all wrote in the technical guide it is required. Then press release came, it is not required. Okay? Finally, it is not required. Okay. So branch sales 150 lakhs in Bangalore, Mysore 60 lakhs different registration. Required. Perfect. Okay. So do you have any doubt in this? No, na. Petrol. So you are active listener. 1 point. Why petrol to be added? Aggregate turnover says you should add taxable exempt. What do you mean by exempt? It is given in 2 subsection 47. Exempt supply includes which attracts nil rated, which is exempt under section 11 of CGST or section 6 of IGST and includes non-taxable supplies. So aggregate turnover says only exempt, but exempt supply includes so allinda illige total agi. So non-GST supply should be included in your aggregate. Clear? Yes, sir. Okay. Next. So it is issue number 1. We have many issues. Next. Audit applicability. Okay. I told my staff to list out all the GSTR 9C cases where there is a requirement of GST audit. I asked them to list out. What they would have done? They would have seen the list of tax audits. Right? List of tax audits, same thing, copy, paste. Sufficient? Why? Not sufficient ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತು ಸರ್, ಯಾಕೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತು 1 crore ಯಾವಾಗಪ್ಪ? ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾ? ಬಜೆಟ್ ನೋಡಲ್ವಾ? ಅದು ಈಗ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ that is for next year.
Next year.
Income tax is applicable only for businesses.
Huh?
Income tax is applicable only for business.
Perfect. Income tax, I least bothered how much is your rental income. I will be concentrating only on business income. Take an example. Rental income, residential building 60 lakhs. Commercial building 1.5 crores. It is an individual. There is no audit under company side. There is no audit under income tax. But under GST, required or not required? Required? What is your first job? 35.5. What does it say? Get your books of accounts audited. Then you do the reconciliation statement. So first, even for rental income fellows, you have to get their books ready, get this audited, charge extra fees, and then file GSTR 9C. Actual required, not for purpose of fees I'm saying. Okay? This is a requirement. Okay. So there are other cases, just I am bringing your knowledge because I know, like me, your principal will not be knowing. So you have to tell, sir, for this it is audit required. Right? Sir, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾನೇ ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೈನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ಬಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡು ಸರ್. ನನಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸ್ಟೈಫಂಡ್ 5,000. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಸೀಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ನಪ್ಪ 10 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ. ಫುಲ್ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 2 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇತ್ತಾಗಿ ಇದೇನು ಅದೇನು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಸಕ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಮ್ಮ. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸೈನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 2 ಸೈನ್ ಒಂದು ಆಡಿಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು. ಈಗಂತೂ ಇನ್ನೂ ಮೋಸ. ಸೈನ್ ನಾನೇ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ individual having rental income. Next, interbranch transfer. Interbranch transfer for your financials, it is not a turnover, but for your GST, it is a turnover. Supply between agent and principal, it is a deemed turnover under your GSTR Schedule 1, whether there is a consideration or not. Then due to valuation as per section 15. Okay, and what value you need to pay GST? Taxable value ಏನಪ್ಪ? Section 15. Transactional ಯಾರು ಮಾಡು? Okay, 1 point. So transaction value. So GST should be paid on transaction value provided 2 conditions. What are the 2 conditions?
Buyer and seller separate.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ first preference. What are the 2 conditions? Okay, pass.
Freely determined price. Buyer and supplier. Buyer and seller are different in the market price.
Okay. No technical word. Answer marks ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. CA final ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. marks ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ. Technical words. Answer ಅಂತ income tax ಅಲ್ಲ. Answer. Okay. So price is a sole consideration and buyer and seller are 2 distinct person. 1 point. Okay. Both are distinct. If you satisfy these 2 conditions, then transaction value is a what? Taxable value for the purpose of GST. On transaction value you pay GST. If any one condition fails, then you will go to rules. What rules? Valuation rules. As per valuation rules, you determine. But that valuation rule only for GST turnover, that will not affect your financials. Right? Sale of fixed asset. Current year I have a turnover of 180 lakhs. I have done a sale of fixed asset for 30 lakhs. GST audit applicable or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes? Yes or no? Yes. So the sale of the fixed asset 30 lakhs is not forming part of your financial statement, but is only turnover for the purpose of GST audit. So you have to be careful when you are seeing 2 crore limit. If the client is having only 30-40 lakhs, you need not bother. But if it is near 180, 190, so don't take risk. You check all this parameter and then decide whether it is applicable or not. Okay? Okay. Next. Who is the recipient of service? Okay, I am doing an audit of Microsoft. Who is the recipient of service? Microsoft. Who is the provider of service? Me. So I am the provider of service. Microsoft is the recipient of service. Perfect? Okay. Now, I have a foreign branch in India. Foreign branch in India providing exclusively warranty services to the customer who have purchased this machinery from a foreign company. Okay, XYZ is a foreign company. XYZ foreign company has a branch in India, Indian branch. What does Indian branch do? Only warranty services to the customers who have purchased this machinery directly from XYZ company foreign. Okay, whether this warranty service is taxable, they are not charging any amount. Why they are not charging? Because the inbuilt price includes warranty by Audi, 3 years maintenance free. What does it mean? The 3 years maintenance cost is already included in your purchase price. Is a composite supply. Okay, whenever the Audi give you service, warranty service, Audi will not charge you separately. Why? It is already included in the basic price. Clear? Now, same fashion, there is no amount which is charged for warranty service. Here 2 questions. One, who is the recipient of service? Whether GST is applicable. Anyone want to answer? Sorry? Please raise it if it is no negative marking, don't worry. Yes sir?
XYZ company is a recipient of service.
XYZ company is a recipient of service. Whether GST is leviable? No. Antane correct. Export of service?
From the
Zero rated?
0 rate.
2-3 angles to this. This is not a question for movie voucher. Movie voucher question next. Okay. Here who is the recipient of service? As he rightly told, XYZ is a company. You may get surprised. Why? XYZ is the recipient, not the customer. Anyone say customers? No? Very good. XYZ company is a recipient of service. There is no consideration. Is it still liable for tax? XYZ foreign company and a branch is a related parties, right? It is a distinct person for the purpose of GST. Once it is a distinct person, schedule 1, whether there is a consideration or not, it is liable for GST. Clear? As sir told, it will not be export of service, because to become export of service, place of supply should be outside India. Where is the place of supply? India. Why? Not because it's not restricted, it's a location based service where the machinery or equipment is liable to be presented. Then where the machinery is situated. The machinery is situated in India. service, but it is liable for CGST, SGST. Why I am saying this? You need to analyze each service. Don't blindly say recipient is customer, there is no consideration. Don't say that there is no GST. You have to go in depth to analyze whether it is taxable or not. Audit is not just reconciliation. I see students, they just involved in the reconciliation, they not see the provisions. Okay? So, if you start reading the provision now, after the 3 years, you will get the result. When? When the result comes. Of what? Of CFI. Right? Come on. Okay. Next important question. This is movie voucher. Pani. Now, important question for movie voucher. Whoever answers, you have to give 300 rupees movie voucher. Okay, Pani is here to distribute 300 rupees movie voucher. I am not lying. Sir, hey, to put up Namta ila jana. One day yara chocolate kotti kanta hododu anta. Movie voucher it is there. Okay. Now, Mr. US in US want to transfer $1,000 to Miss India. He is in India. Sorry, she is in India. Okay. He is in US. Mr. US want to transfer $1,000 to Miss India. He approached Western Union branch of US. Western Union branch of US to transfer this 1,000 to Miss India. Okay? This Western Union US branch has a branch in India. The Western Union US branch approached Western Union Indian branch to deliver this $1,000 to Miss India. Clear? Transaction is clear? Okay. Now, who is the recipient of service? Not dollars. Who is the recipient of service? What is the service?
Transfer of money.
Transfer of money is the service, not dollar. Sir, Miss India, $1,000. आगे बढ़िए ना. Recipient of service. First question, how many services are there? Next question, in each services, who is the recipient of service? First कहिए तो उनके first chance. Who want to answer this question? But I told, if no one is answering, that movie voucher is for me. So already one I got, next one is for my wife. Go together. Yes, please last one student, come on. Yes, come. If it is wrong, you need not sponsor me. Okay, come. No issues. Yeah, Mike. Or you can come. Right. ಟಿಫನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ ಸಾಕು. Yes. Fast. Technical glitches. Mic is not working. Technical glitches. So GST filing GST send analysis same. Technical glitches. GST
Western Union Bank US has provided service to Mr. US.
Perfect. One. Next.
Second is Western Union Bank US has provided service to Western Union Bank India.
Got to think and reply. So your logic is correct, but somewhere you have missed.
That's what.
Okay. Next. Somebody is lifted hand. Huh? Yeah. Please come forward. Mic is not working. First, Vega. Huh? What is your name? Sir, what is your name? Vinay. You said second transaction, who is the recipient of service? Huh? India. Okay. We'll see this answer. Recipient of service.
Sir, in the first case, recipient of service is Mr. US.
Perfect. Second case?
In second case, recipient of service is missing here.
Somebody is lifting hand there. Come on. Fast. Time Michael. Fast.
First case, the recipient of services Western US. Second case, the recipient of services Western Bank USA.
Perfect. Shit. Now, moving it. Letter? Okay. What is your name? Siddhant. Adike hesaru Siddhant anta. Nodiro Good. So recipient of service is very, very important. You should identify a recipient of service. Miss, India is not a recipient, she is a beneficiary of the service. So you should be able to identify who is the recipient of service and who is the beneficiary of service. Clear? Perfect. Single financial statements and multiple analysis. So if you have a one balance sheet, always you have one balance sheet, right? For one balance sheet. But there will be many analysis. So what is the approach which is required? So approach which is required, you should take branch-wise trial balance. You should take branch-wise trial balance. First option, get certified by statutory auditor. Again, trial balance branch-wise ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ statutory auditor, then you have to get it certified by a management. Okay? And next step, as a GST auditor, you do a validation check. How you will do a validation check for a branch-wise trial balance? So one simple validation, each trial balance in your Excel sheet, total trial balance, the total trial balance should match to your financial statement. One, it is matched to your financial statement, it is little bit of confidence that what we are taking primary data for the purpose of reconciliation is correct. Otherwise, ಯಾವ್ದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕಪ್ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. There will be 4 backups. So last year is very efficient. He has done. Oh, ಯಾಕೋ ಸರಿ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಕಪ್ ಬೇಡ, ಬೇರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕಪ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಂತ he would have done in another backup, but you have started first tally backup, finally garbage in, garbage out. So first you should not take garbage. First what you have to take? Proper data. Okay, if you are taking proper data, you can perform better. Opening balance check ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಸರ್ ಅದೊಂದು ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿನಿ, ಅದು ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಮಾತಿಲ್ಲ. So you should do thorough check. Clear? So ನಗಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಕೆಲಸ. ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅದೇ, ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ. Cross chart process. ISD. What do you mean by cross charge? Anyone read Columbia Asia Advanced Drilling?
Interbranch services. One branch is giving service to another branch within the interbranch Columbia Asia. They had a dispute, Karnataka River.
Perfect. You are not qualified for that more detail, but good. Okay, you are right. Where are you? Anyone read? ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಆಫೀಸರ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪುರ್ಸೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಓದೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ನನ್ನ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ರಾಣ ತಿಂತಾಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನು ಸರ್ is repeating why I joined this articles on the so Yashwant, so Chiti bantu, Yashwant banda. This is unfair, Pani. You took 45 minutes, you are giving extra for 15 minutes. Up to 12, huh? Oh, thank you. 15 minutes bonus. Okay. So cross charge. So you have a Microsoft has a head office in Bangalore and has 3 branches in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, newly formed entity. So 3 branches they have, but all this accounting work, payroll service of all the branches is done in Bangalore head office. Is there any service which is required? Is there any service from Bangalore branch to other branch? Yes, as per GST, each branch is a distinct person. Each GST is a distinct person for the purpose of GST. So this services, which is service from Bangalore, is a inter-branch service. You have to be very careful if you are dealing any big branches where there is a multiple registration in different states. And most probably the head office, wherever it is located, either in Bangalore or Maharashtra or Bombay, wherever, where is the head office, they will usually take care of his payroll and accounting, administrative stuff. So you have to ensure that is there any proper cross charge. Okay? Supply during warranty, I already dealt. There are some issues in discounts. Right? Can you deduct taxable value of supply in respect of discount?
Trade discount.
Yes? All the discounts?
Only trade discount.
Only trade discount?
Yes.
Not cash discount? No?
No.
Why?
Cash discount is after the billing, based on the payments.
See, there is the wrong motion. GST Act says nothing about trade discount, cash discount, whether the terms is agreed before supply or offer. That's all is wanted. Okay, first, the discount is through invoice, no complications. You can directly reduce it. If the discount is issued after the supply, the only check you need to do whether the terms on which the discount is issued, whether it is agreed before supply or after supply. If it is agreed before supply, then you can reduce. If the terms is agreed after supply, then you cannot. You need to issue only financial credit note without affecting GST. Clear? Whether trade discount or cash discount, no. First you need to check whether the terms is agreed before. The term is agreed before. If you give the payment within 45 days, I will give you 2% discount. If the term is agreed before supply, still you can issue a credit note with GST. Clear? Clear? Okay. There are some more issues. We will just skip. Unregistered branches. If any branch unregistered, you have to be very careful. We had an opportunity to review one of the big company where they had one exclusive research and development branch in Telangana which was not registered. Okay? Exclusively doing research and development, and they had 3-4 other factories and they are registered and they are properly paying comes from this branch, it is only a research and development. Okay, how many of you agree with the management view? There is no sale. No one? Okay, how many disagree? No one. Then what? Huh? How many don't know? Adu illa. Yashwant, hinge ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಎತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇವರು ಯಾರು ಎತ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹುಷಾರಾಗಿರೋ, ಏನಕ್ಕೂ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹುಡುಗರೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ತಾನೇ ಜಿಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎತ್ತ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಫುಲ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಹುಡುಗಿನ ಫುಲ್ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಕೌಟ್, ಈ ಕೈ ಎತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ನೋವು, ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸರ್ ನೋವು, ಮಸಲ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಾವೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋರಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ. So registration required or not? Is there an outward supply? So one thing you need to test. What you need to test? Who is the beneficiary of the outcome? Who is the beneficiary of the outcome? You are doing research and development, fine. You are spending a lot of money. If something you innovate, who will be the beneficiary? All other branches, provided the research is for existing product. So if the research is for existing product, the beneficiaries are all other branches. So there is a requirement of billing. Okay? Because under GST, same raga, all branch are distinct entities. What if you have done the research and development for some other person? You would have charged, right? Because it is your branch, you are not charging. If it is not your branch, you would have charged. So test under GST is, what if it is not your branch? If it is not branch, what you would have done? You do it for this also. Open market value, everything same. Clear? And 9C is applicable if your GST is active in a one day is sufficient. For 1819, you have taken registration. You have taken registration in Tamil Nadu, or you take Delhi. Then you applied for registration. You got the registration. News came, coronavirus. Hey, deregister. I don't want to do in Delhi. You deregistered only one day. You had registration. Whether 9C is required. Other branches you have 2 crore, more than 2 crore. But there you have only one day you had active registration. At the time of due date of filing 9C, it is surrendered. Registration is surrendered. Whether you should do 9C? Yes. If you have even one single day active GSTN, you should file 9C. Clear? Okay. GSTN wise expenditure to be derived, other things will little bit skip. Okay. And each entry in a P&L you need to verify. Each entry in a P&L, whether it is receipt or deduction from the expenditure, you have to go through. Each item you have to analyze whether it is taxable, exempt. If it is exempt, why it is exempt. Okay. One of the client had a interest income in the right side. Anything to further see in the interest income? Can directly categorize the exempt? Yes or no? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ ತಲೆ ತಿನ್ನಲ್ಲ. Anything? No? Sikasa students ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು? Required or not required? Required. What you need to see? If it is from the bank and other financial institution, X. Okay, it is exempt. All interest income are exempt except 2. Which are those? Interest on delayed payment of consideration. If there is an interest paid on delayed payment of consideration, it is taxable, right? sold my iPhone. Tax rate is 12%. I said if you are not paying with the consideration within 2 months, you need to pay 2% interest. That 2% interest, is it liable for GST is one question. Answer, you said yes. Next question, what rate? What rate at which principal product is sold? What is the rate on which iPhone is chargeable? Same rate. Okay? So, this interest also should tax at 12%. When it should tax be paid? Is it on the day when the iPhone is sold? So that I need to calculate interest.
Due date.
Date of
From the due date when it was payable.
not the due date payable. It is day when it is received. Interest principal ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಾಗಿದೆ ಈ ಎಕಾನಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ನೋ if it is received you are luckiest principal jate interest once you receive then you need to pay GST clear another interest on credit card only these two are taxable except all other interest are exempt clear okay so slightly I will touch upon rule 42 and will find out okay input tax credit which is used exclusively for taxable supplies you can take full credit clear I didn't take shot okay I'll leave don't worry I know from morning you got bored array supply office allo GST adri seminar allo GST but you attended GST seminar what to do if it is exclusively used for fully taxable, fully credit is available. If it is used exclusively for exempted, no credit is available. If it is used exclusively for non-business, no credit is available. If you are used exclusively for zero rated, full credit is available. Zero rated is nothing but supply to SEZ and export. Okay? If you are used exclusively for zero rated, full credit is available. If you are used partly for taxable and partly for exempt, so it is called terminology. What it is called? Common credit. So if it is partly used for taxable and partly used for exempted, it is a common credit. How much you are eligible to take? Proportionate. In a simple terms, you see the turnover. If your turnover is 50% taxable, 50% is exempt, you take 50% credit, 50% you reverse as an output tax. Clear? Okay. What do you mean by exempt turnover? Initially I told exempt turnover for the purpose of rule 42 is different. Right? Yes. One more KBC. Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Okay? So we have a different turnover of exempt supply for the purpose of rule 42 and 43. What is rule 42? It is common credit reversal in respect of inputs and input services. Rule 43 is reversal in respect of capital goods. Okay? Rule 43 for capital goods. Rule 42 for common credit in respect of input and input services. First we will take input and input services. Then in 2-3 words I will explain you what is rule 43. Okay. Now for the purpose of rule 42, what is exempt turnover? Okay. I have 3 columns here. Can you see? From back bench. Can you see the PPT? Okay. First column, aggregate turnover for section 22. What is 22? 20 lakhs. Or 40 lakhs. Threshold limit for the purpose of registration. What does it say? If the aggregate turnover registered. So what do you mean by aggregate turnover? That says, that is the column for rule section 22, first column. Next, aggregate turnover for the purpose of composition scheme. So you have one more composition scheme. If your turnover is less than 1.5 crores, you can opt for it. There also it is used the word aggregate turnover for composition scheme, aggregate turnover for registration, aggregate turnover for your GST audit, and last for rule 42 reversal. Clear? Okay. First, rent from residential building 150 lakh. Rent from residential building 150 lakh. Whether it will form part of your aggregate turnover in respect of section 22? Yes? Perfect. Composition scheme? Yes or no? Yes? Perfect. Rule 42? No, no. Rule 42 is what? Reversal. Okay? So even for rule 42, it is exempt. Okay? Common credit in respect of residential building, you need to reverse. Clear? Sale of petrol 190.
Yes.
Yes? First yes. No doubt. Yes, see, saw the definition of exempt supply. So first one yes. Second one? Yes. You are right. Third one? Yes or no? Yes. So sale of petrol or diesel, it is also exempt turnover for the purpose of rule 42. What is the effect of this? If you have a petrol plant and you have engine oil and you have sale of petrol and diesel and you are paying a rent. So rent here is a common credit. How much rent in the input tax and rent you can take? It is proportionately between your sale of engine oil and sale of your petrol and diesel. Clear? Okay. Only thing is VAT excise duty you need to exclude. That is for rule 40. Okay? Salary received? No. Second case? No. Third? No. Sale of land? No. Very good. Second case? No. Rule 42? Yes. For rule 42, you need to consider sale of land as a your exempt turnover. How much is the value? Huh? Oh, here. Okay. So value should be stamp duty value. So I was expecting stamp duty answer. Everybody saying 190. So I got confused. Okay. Sale of land value you should consider stamp duty value for the purpose of rule 42. Clear? Okay. Sale of securities. Yes. Sale of security. Sale of securities you have 30 lakhs. Or you have 50 lakhs. And sale of stationery 4 lakhs. Are you liable to register? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? First? No, right? Yes or no? It is? Is it a goods? Is it a goods? What is supply? Supply of goods and service. Once security is not a goods, it is not a supply also. So if it is a 50 lakhs securities transaction and 5 lakhs your government sales, you need not take registration. So first is no. Second, no. For rule 42?
Yes.
Yes. How much is the value? How much is the value? 1%. Perfect. 1% of the turnover should be considered as turnover. Exempt turnover for the purpose of rule 42. Clear? Okay. Interest on FD? Yes. If you have FD interest of 50 lakhs and 5 lakhs, time But you have to yeah, one time. Every interest, 50 lakhs, 5 lakhs, government sells. You need to take registration because interest income is an exempt income and this is taxable. Aggregate turnover includes both. So you need to take a registration. So ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು 50 ಲಕ್ಷ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೂ GST ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗಬೇಡ ಅಂತಲ್ವಾ. Second question, for composition scheme, yes or no? No. Composition scheme, it is specifically excluded. Interest need not be considered for the purpose of computing aggregate turnover. Clear? Yes, important question for your exam. CA final exam guarantee. Can you opt for composition scheme or not? Clear? Next. For rule 42? Yes or no? No. Explanation is added in January 2018 to say exempt turnover for the purpose of rule 42 does not include interest. Clear? Taxable supply on which supplier need not pay output tax. So it is outward supply. I am an advocate. For me, outward supply. That is liable to tax under RCR and recipient is liable to pay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whether it should be included?
Yes.
Yes. For composition scheme? Yes. For rule 42? Yes or no? Yes. Even outward supply which is liable to be paid under invert RCM, but for my turnover it is outward supply and it is exempt. I need not pay any tax on this service and it becomes exempt supply and I need to reverse proportionate common credit. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Two important. Sale of car. It is a common. So if you take 10 out of 2 audits, will have this issue. Sale of car. They will not have money to pay audit fees, but they will pay audit. Sir, ದುಡ್ಡು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಈ ಇಯರ್ ಒಂದು ಆಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. But there will be one purchase of Audi, sale of item. Item ಅಳಗಡೆ. So there is a sale of car. Whether it is taxable?
Depreciation is there, no ITC available.
Depreciation is there?
No ITC.
Okay. Then you know provision, no crime. Correct? Good. At least you are attempting. Out of syllabus bandre guarantee full marks. Right? Okay. Where you are selling your motor car, there is a special provision only for motor car. Don't apply this for your machineries. Okay? There is sale of motor vehicle where you have not taken ITC. So there is no ITC. If you have not taken ITC and you have sold motor car and the sale value is less than your income tax WDV. Not companies have income tax WDV. Then you need not pay any tax. Okay? If the sale value is more than your WDV, then only for balance margins you pay 18% and finish. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In respect of other sale of machinery other than motor vehicle, sale of machinery other than motor vehicle. Why? You would have taken input tax credit. When you purchase machinery, you would have taken input tax credit. How much is the life of a machinery under GST? Life of capital asset? 5 years? Standard? Companies ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ least per ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ at least. Only one life, 5 years, 60 months clear. Life of a capital asset is 60 months. you have taken one missionary with the input tax credit of 100 rupees. Okay, you have taken one missionary with the input tax credit of 100 rupees. How many years you should use? 5 years. Okay, you have used only for 2.5 years. How much? You have used only for 2.5 years, and then you are selling that machinery. Then what you need to check, how much is the tax on transaction value? Take an example, I am selling for 100 rupees. Selling for peanut of 100 rupees is of burnout or something, I am selling for 100 rupees. The output tax is only 18 rupees. Okay? Output tax is only 18 rupees. How much input tax I have already taken? 100 rupees. I have taken input tax credit when I purchased. I have taken 100 rupees. 100 rupees is for 60 months. I used for 2.5 years. 30 months I used. Now I am selling. So provision says you are eligible for only 50% of input. The remaining 50%, 50 rupees, or tax on outward supply, 18 rupees or 50 rupees, whichever is higher you need to discharge. Clear? Whichever is higher you need to discharge. Clear? Thank you very much for your patience listening. Congrats for movie voucher. What is your name? Siddharth. Okay, last one. Put up on Siddharth again. Thank you very much. Any doubt? Any questions? One more, huh? Hey, Yashwant, you answer for Yashwant's question, you get a more. Clear? Siddharth को पकड़ा प्रश्न. Yashwant, Siddharth already is clear. Questions? Yeah.
Research case, output is not successful.
No, what comes is different. If it comes, who will take benefit?
Comes benefit.
Yes. You have to build it.
Not successful.
No, it's successful or not.
Okay.
If you are given to some other person, that other person would have done, then successful on whether they would have agreed. No, they would have built it. Same. So think as if that branch is different. What it would have been? Same. Okay? Simple test, you will get answer. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's a very informative and interactive session, isn't it? Yes. Now there are a couple of announcements. I request Sikasa chairperson to communicate to the students.
Hope everyone is enjoying the session. Yes. So with extra movie voucher. Okay. So I just want to make a couple of announcements. So I want you all the students support for entire year, because wherever you are getting the opportunity to get yourself trained, please jump in and get yourself trained. That is the main intention. And this movie voucher, why means everywhere, like office or exam studies. I just want a little bit fun also to be part of Sikasa activities. So I just introduced this concept. So and
frustration.
And this is the first session after I took up as a Sikasa chairman. So thank you so much for all your support. So and especially I wanted to now call upon a few people like who are really supportive in organizing this event. So one is like Mr. Surya Narayana, so admin officer of Bangalore branch. Please come forward, sir. And I guess from 1 week I'm just seeing like how much efforts it will take for one event to get organized. So on behalf of Sikasa Bangalore, I wanted to present movie voucher to admin officer also. And one more, like I wanted to recognize the presence of Nitin also. So I request Nitin to come forward. So the person who is behind information technology, designing brochures, designing backdrop everywhere, and even members program also is very much active. And I wanted to present a movie voucher on behalf of Sikasa Bangalore for Nitin also. And now, as Mailar session, so who was the winner? Siddhant, it's time for Siddhant to come and collect movie voucher. I request Mailar to present the movie voucher. And so it will be very clear, like you have received the movie voucher also. Come first, come first. Thank you all.
I'm really very shocked. Why? Because they are telling us the lies, they won't give the movie vouchers. Really, I am very shocked. See, I have a good strategy for you. We have paid 200 rupees, we are getting 300 rupees voucher. So, I request you to be very actively listening, and even I will be very actively listening from now.
Related parties excluded.
So, I request Sikasa branch chairman as a token of gratitude to present a memento to CA Mailar sir. Please join him.
Thank you. Thank you.
As we are going short on time, please just have 15 minutes prepared and please come back.